Is it me? Is it me? Is it you? Is it you? Is it this heat? I'm confused. I miss the old days. I really miss the snow days. Is it me? Is it you? Is it this heat?
What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jonah Cowie from Life Through My Lens. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about cinematic sequences and how to shoot them on any camera. Alright, so this is my first tutorial ever on this channel, and so sorry if I'm a little weird in front of the camera, but if you guys have any other tutorials you guys want me to do, you guys have seen an effect in my video you really like, definitely leave it in the comments below and we'll make a video on it. Alright, so first, how to shoot a cinematic sequence on any camera. First step, no wide shots, alright? The reason why I say this, alright, a lot of people will probably freak out and be like, they're in the comments already, they're typing, what? No wide shot? The reason why I say no wide shots, alright, is because they're kind of boring, alright? If you are going to use a wide shot, I recommend using foreground or symmetry, okay? These are two very important things whenever you're shooting a wide shot, and it is the only way I will ever shoot a wide shot. So what do I mean by foreground? Foreground is just putting something in front of the camera to make depth, right? That's what you want. Otherwise it's boring. It's just, okay, there's a lake kind of thing. You know what I mean? So if you put, say, a fence, right? You have a fence, you're looking through the fence at the wide shot of the water. Cool. That's cool. Alright? Another thing is symmetry. If you can line things up with, you know, the rule of thirds, it's probably, yeah, on my camera there's lines right here and right here. Alright? That's the rule of thirds. If you've never heard that before, I suggest looking up that a little bit. And you just want to align things. Usually the corners are the points. So position things like here, here. So if you are going to do wide shots, those are some tips I recommend. Alright? But mostly, I personally prefer tight focus, shallow depth of field shots. That's really what makes a cinematic sequence, in my opinion. Now, you can still apply things like foreground and symmetry like I talked earlier. This will absolutely kill your shots. It makes it so sick. So like putting, yeah, like again, like a fence or something like that in the way, and just like going in super tight. I like to punch in as far as I can on my lens and make the depth of field just as shallow as possible and really get in on exactly what I'm filming. Now, personally, I love what's called macro shots. If you've never heard that term before, it's just basically, it just means you're really close up to something. Macro is just, your lens is right up to what you're filming, and a lot of lenses don't allow you to be that close. They have what's called a minimum focus distance, and if you can get a lens that has a macro setting, it usually means you can get a little bit closer to exactly what you're filming, and this is perfect because it creates that shallow depth of field. Now, the last step I would recommend is movement. Alright? This will absolutely kill your things if you're not doing it too. There's a difference between photos and video. Photos are static shots. Videos should be moving shots. There should be some movement or something like that. I mean, I can't stress it enough. I mean, I see so many videos of people, they just sit there, they lock off the tripod, and it's like, what we're looking at, dude? Come on! And it's just so frustrating to me. I mean, all you have to do is just move your body with the thing. Personally, a lot of people say, you know, you need a gimbal or something like that. Personally, I rarely use a gimbal. I really rarely do. Or a stabilizer of any kind. I always shoot handheld because it gives me complete freedom to get right in on what I want. Alright? So important. A gimbal really, I feel, limits you on how close you can get to something, how much you can pull focus, how much you can zoom in, things like that. It's just too hindering to me. Now, don't get me wrong, I love gimbals, dude. If I had money, I'd go buy a gimbal right now. But the thing is, just for the money, my shooting style is just different from a gimbal shooting style. And I want to be creative and get the shots that I know look good. So that's why I don't use a gimbal personally. Alright, so you shot your footage, you got in close, you use symmetry, foreground, all those things we talked about, alright? You're getting really close, you're adding some movement, and now you're done shooting. You get home. What do? Alright, we gotta edit this thing. So the first thing you can do, alright, I highly recommend you doing this. Some people will get mad at you, because people get mad at you for doing anything these days, is putting black bars on your videos. Black bars is the non-technical term, by the way. The actual technical term is making your footage anamorphic. Alright? Now some cameras, the higher end cameras and lenses, shoot anamorphic. That's all I shoot. But basically that means is just putting these black bars probably right about here, right? And it makes just a narrower field of footage, I guess. I don't really know. But it just creates that, I don't know how it does it, but it just makes everything look more cinematic. If you go to the movie theaters or you just go watch any movie these days is going to be shot in anamorphic. It's the standard. So why not make your footage replicate that by making it anamorphic? Now, how do we do this? Well, you can go into your editing software. I personally use Adobe Premiere Pro, and you can just make quick black bars. Boom, throw it in. Or if you're not sure the exact dimensions and everything like that, you can go onto Google, just literally type in the Google search, anamorphic black bars download. Make sure it's a PNG file so there's no background or anything, so you just get the black bars, drop that on your video, bam, good to go. That's all you need. Now next up is color grading.
With me, without me, with me, without me.
Alright, now this one was one that extremely scared me when I got started. I did not know how to color grade, and it's tricky. It really is. I still don't think I'm the greatest color grader at all. There's people who are way better than me at color grading, and it really is a true art. In professional movies, they have someone hired just to do the color grading. That's their whole job. They don't shoot anything, they don't edit anything, all they do is color. Alright? That's how big of a task this is. But you can use something called LUTs, which is literally just a drag and drop, like Instagram filter sort of thing. Personally, I use one called Fountain and Osiris. Those are the two I use mostly. Both are actually free, and you can just download those off the internet. Just Google them, Osiris LUT or Fountain LUT, and they'll both come up. And just toss those in your footage. You'll have to quickly calibrate some things. But if you guys want like a guide to color grading, how I do it personally, then I will definitely make a video of that. Just leave it in the comments below, and I'll answer all questions. I'll make a video on it, whatever you guys want. Now next up is definitely some big things you see that people are doing, like Justin Escalona and his cinematic sequences and things like that. He makes everything really stable, right? We already talked about that a little bit, and you can do this right inside your editing program usually. Alright, I know Final Cut Pro and Adobe Premiere both have a stabilizing system that they use. Those are both very good, but if you're not sure how to do that, you'll just have to look it up for whatever editing software you're using. But I know for Adobe Premiere Pro and Final Cut Pro, there's both one for those. Also, you can slow down your clips. Now personally, the camera I use doesn't even shoot in 60 FPS, it only shoots in 30 FPS. But there is a way to make your footage slow down inside Adobe Premiere Pro. I know that for a fact, and I use it all the time. It works pretty well for the most part. But you can use a technique called speed ramping. This makes it really cool, so it comes in fast motion, slows down, and then boom, it goes back out, something like that, and it makes a really cool effect, a little transition in between the clips. And so that leads us into transitions. Now transitions are something that's not really needed, but it can really spice up your flavor. You got people like Sam Colder, Taylor Cut Films, and really their focus of their videos seems to be transitions. That's really, don't get me wrong, they have incredible shots too, but their transitions are just mind-blowing, and everyone loves them for that. That's why they're so popular, is their transitions. Now everyone's doing it, so we all gotta find different things to make us more unique. But yeah, transitions are something really incredible. If you guys want me to do a video on that as well, the transitions that I use, transitions that I've learned, I will definitely make a video on that as well. So at the end of the day, getting the cinematic look, creating a cinematic sequence, things like that, it's really, I'm just going to be honest, a lot of trial and error. That's really what you have to do. I used to get home from school every single day and just head out into the forest near my house and just shoot. Try things. Make edits. I wouldn't even post half of them because some of them were really bad. But as long as you get out and you try something new every single time you go and shoot, you're going to learn. That's the best way by far to learn anything, is just try, shoot, make mistakes, and learn from your mistakes. Absolutely, no doubt in my mind, because that's exactly how I've learned pretty well. I have learned a lot from YouTube tutorials, but those are mostly technical terms and stuff like that. A lot of what I've learned has just come from me just going out and shoot. So I really encourage you guys to just go out and shoot. Thank you guys for viewing. See you guys in the next one. Peace!